राम जी।
धन्यवाद महोदय। आपने मुझे बाल श्रम प्रतिषेध और विनियमन संशोधन विधेयक 2012 पर बोलने का मौका दिया, इसके लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। हमारी पार्टी की नेता बहन कुमारी मायावती जी ने मुझे इस बहस में बहुजन समाज पार्टी का पक्ष रखने का मौका दिया, इसके लिए मैं उनका आभार व्यक्त करता हूं। महोदय, यह विधेयक बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण है क्योंकि यह देश की भावी आशाओं या किशोर से जुड़ा हुआ है, जिसकी तादाद भारतवर्ष में करोड़ों में है। महोदय, बाल श्रम आधुनिक भारत निर्माण के लिए एक अभिशाप है। जहां हमें आज़ादी 1947 में हासिल हुई, वहीं आज भी हमारी कुल आबादी का एक बड़ा हिस्सा श्रम की गुलामी में फंसा हुआ है। यह एक तरफ से आर्थिक गुलामी का प्रतीक है। अगर देखा जाए तो बाल श्रम में पाए जाने वाले अधिकांश बच्चे दलित समाज, आदिवासी समाज, पिछड़ी जातियां और अल्पसंख्यक समाज से ही आते हैं। इससे यह साबित होता है कि आज़ादी के करीब 70 साल होने जा रहे हैं, आज भी इस देश में समतामूलक समाज नहीं बन पाया है। यह पिछली सरकारें रही हैं, वह सरकारों के दलित, पिछड़ा, आदिवासी, अल्पसंख्यक विरोधी सोच को ही दर्शाता है। महोदय, अगर इस विधेयक पर दी गई स्टैंडिंग कमेटी रिपोर्ट को पढ़ा जाए तो ये पता चलता है कि यह विधेयक ILO के कन्वेंशन नंबर 138 तथा 142 की तर्ज पे बनाया गया है। महोदय, बड़े खेद के साथ कहना पड़ता है कि ILO कन्वेंशन नंबर 138 सन 1973 में पारित हो गया था, यानी कन्वेंशन 43 सालों से हमारे यहाँ लंबित, और कन्वेंशन नंबर 182 सन 1999 में ILO ने पारित किया। दोनों कन्वेंशन बच्चों के मानव अधिकार की बात करते हैं। भारत ILO का शुरू से ही सदस्य रहा है, लेकिन भारत आज़ादी के बाद अब तक बच्चों का उत्पीड़न रोकने के लिए कोई ठोस कानून नहीं बना पाया। अगर कानून बनाया तो भी उसमें कुछ कमियां रह गईं, जिसकी वजह से आज भी यह कानून बेअसर साबित हो रहा है। महोदय, एशियन सेंटर ऑफ ह्यूमन राइट्स के आंकड़ों को अगर माना जाए तो 2001 से 2011 ये 10 सालों में जो बच्चों के ऊपर या बच्चों से हो रहे बलात्कार की FIR दर्ज हुई है, इसकी संख्या है 48,338। यह 10 वर्षों में ये बलात्कार की जो घटनाएं बच्चों के साथ हुई हैं, ये 336% वृद्धि हुई है। ये बड़ा चिंता का विषय है। भारत का प्रत्येक चौथा बालक आज भी बाल श्रम के चलते स्कूल नहीं जाता है। 2001 की जनगणना के अनुसार 5 से 14 वर्ष के उम्र के 1 करोड़ 26 लाख बच्चे आज भी श्रम की हैसियत से काम करते हैं। महोदय, इस कानून आज भी जो कानून हम बना रहे हैं, वैसा कानून 1960 से पहले ही बन जाना चाहिए था। अगर हमने बाबा साहब डॉक्टर भीमराव अंबेडकर के सुझावों को पूरी तरह अमल कर लिया होता तो ये पहले ही बन जाना चाहिए था। मेरा 1-2 सुझाव है, क्योंकि समय कम है हमारे पास। इस विधेयक के अंतर्गत जो मॉनिटरिंग या नोडल अधिकारी बनाया गया है, वो जिला कलेक्टर या जिला मजिस्ट्रेट को बनाया गया है। महोदय, उसके पास पहले भी बहुत काम है, और अगर जिला कलेक्टर को नोडल अधिकारी बनाया जाता है तो मुझे लगता है उचित मॉनिटरिंग इसकी नहीं हो पाएगी। इसलिए मेरा सुझाव है कि इसके लिए इस गैर सरकारी या सरकारी या ये स्वयंसेवी संस्थाएं हैं, उनको उनमें अधिकार क्षेत्र में मतलब ये सुचारू रूप से लागू हो रहा है, ये देखने का काम इन लोगों को देना चाहिए, ये बनाना चाहिए, इस तरह की कमेटी बनानी चाहिए। महोदय, मात्र मैं अपनी बात को खत्म करूंगा। अंत में क्योंकि मैंने छोड़ दिया, क्योंकि मैं जान रहा हूं कि आपकी बेल बजेगी। अंत में महोदय, मैं ये विधेयक हमारे बच्चों का उत्पीड़न रोकने के लिए तथा उनका भविष्य सुधारने के लिए एक महत्वपूर्ण विधेयक है। साथ ही यह भी कहना चाहूंगा कि अगर हमें शोषित बच्चों का भविष्य सुधारना है तो हमें इन बच्चों को निःशुल्क शिक्षा और शिक्षा पूरी होने के बाद रोजगार के उचित अवसर प्रदान करने होंगे। इस विधेयक को कारगर बनाने के लिए यह आवश्यक है कि जिन गरीब परिवारों के बच्चे आते हैं उन परिवारों को आजीविका सुनिश्चित कराई जाए और उन्हें बेहतर रोजगार अवसर प्रदान किया जाए। धन्यवाद।
धन्यवाद। श्रीमती वंदना चवन, एब्सेंट। डॉक्टर नरेंद्र यादव।
Thank you, sir. Sir, several honorable members have made emotionally charged interventions, and I completely and wholeheartedly agree with the spirit in which honorable member, especially Shri Ravi Prakash Verma, spoke here today. बाल मजदूरी यह हमारे देश पर कलंक है, इसमें कोई संदेह नहीं है. Sir, I would like to make 5 observations on Child Labor Prohibition and Regulation Bill. My first observation is that this bill is certainly a move in the right direction. If you look at the incidence of child labor, the Planning Commission 12th five-year plan document gives a time series of a broad picture of what has happened to the child labor, the incidence of child labor in our country, and it shows that there is a welcome decline in the incidence of child labor from 1993-94 to 2004-2005 to 2009-2010. While the child workforce participation has come down to 2%, let us not forget that in absolute terms, the number of child labor is very large, uncomfortably large. The number that is given around is about 4.35 million children are in various kind of labor, and that is why this bill is a move in the right direction. Well, sir, rehabilitation of children and adolescents require coordination between various ministries such as labor, human resource development, women and child development, home and rural development. But instead of having a fragmented approach with limited coordination among the ministries, a new child labor policy ought to have been brought forward which would specify how the law should be implemented. The third observation that I want to make is that the standing committee, sir, had made several recommendations, but some of those recommendations, very valid ones, have not been incorporated. For example, this bill prohibits employment of children in any occupation except where, and some exceptions are given. The standing committee had said that, this provision about making exceptions available is something that creates loophole, because it is very difficult to keep a check on children working in their homes and finding out whether they are helping their parents or working to supplement their family income. So my suggestion here is that all these exceptions should be removed, and the employment should be prohibited in all occupations wherever there is a subordinate relationship of work and labor. This is something which needs to be done. Next point that I have is that this bill very rightly prohibits employment of adolescents, that is between the age group of 15 to 18, and there the meaning of hazardous occupations and processes has not been addressed. What the bill does is to specify that the central government may specify the kinds of non-hazardous occupations and processes in which adolescents may be employed. Sir, I want to state that the meaning of hazardous occupations and processes should be widened to include all all the occupations and processes that may jeopardize health, safety and morals of adolescents in line with the Labor Organization Convention 138. The final point that I would like to make, sir, is that there is a provision, this bill empowers the appropriate government to make periodic inspection of places of employment where employment of children is prohibited and hazardous occupations or processes are carried out. The standing committee, sir, had noted that while the bill prohibits employment of children in all occupations and processes, the power to inspect should cover all places of work. In case of adolescent, this power may be limited to those places where hazardous occupations or processes are carried out. Sir, I commend this bill, but with the modifications which were suggested in my presentation today. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Jadavaji. Thank you. Now, Sri A.V. Swami is there? No. So, Sri D. Raja. So, you wanted to speak early, now you got it.
Yes, thanks, sir. Thank you, Deputy Chairman, sir. I have very strong reservations on this bill, sir. I have reasons for that. I am one who wanted this bill to be referred to a select committee for further scrutiny. Even now, I hold their view. Government may consider. Sir, there are a few key issues. The child welfare must be the center of our policies whenever we frame policies. They are the future. Government may claim the intent of the bill is
Who is dealing with the
good
bill?
one,
Bill wala.
but the content has the problem. The implementation has the problem. When I say this, sir, there is improvement in the situation. I hail from Tamil Nadu. We had one chief minister, Mr. Kamaraj. When he was the chief minister, he introduced the midday meal scheme, but it was targeted one. Targeting, Naqvi sahab, the target was Dalit children, those days Arijan, that was the word used. That was the targeted program. When Mr. MGR became the chief minister, that entire scheme became universal. After Mr. MGR, every successive government in Tamil Nadu tried to strengthen that noon meal scheme. Now, it has got the national recognition, it has got the global recognition.
Breakfast also. Giving breakfast also.
Morning also. Morning meal scheme.
Okay, good thing.
Okay.
Good thing.
No, the point I have been trying to make out, it helped the state to increase the enrollment ratio. Children go to school, but it does not mean other things. Sir, I have a paper that state-wise details of working children in age group of 5 to 14 years as per Census 2001 and Census 2011 are as under. Now, this 2011 census says there are 43,53,247 working children between the 5 to 14 age group. This is government figure. That includes Tamil Nadu also. 2011 census says, yes, no, that includes Tamil Nadu also. The 2011 census says Tamil Nadu, there is 151,437 working children. I am quoting the figure, official figure. Official figure. Sir, now I come to the key issues. That is children. We talk about children. 6 to 14 now. And they are children. And these children, this parliament passed Right to Education Act. They should be in schools. Yes, we want our children to be in school. But it is not happening. It is not happening. The children are forced to work and they are used for economic exploitation and several other exploitations. So the bill describes children under 14 years, one category, then children between 14 and 18, adolescents, and they should not work in hazardous occupations. That's what bill says. Then the bill also talks about penalties, penalizing the parents, penalizing the guardians, penalizing the trust, whatever may be. So penalties, these three key issues the bill speaks. Sir, the point here is the minister has circulated several amendments, and in fact, incorporating all these amendments, the minister should have brought a new bill, and that new bill should have been referred to a select committee. That is my position. That is my position. Now the bill talks about, the amendment talks about the amendment, number 1 I am dealing with. Nothing in subsection 1 shall apply where the child helps his family or family enterprise which is other than any hazardous occupations or process set forth in the schedule after his school hours or during vacations. Sir, what is family? What is family? And the explanation given by minister I am reading. Family in relation to a child means mother, father, brother, and fathered sister, and brother, and mothered sister, and brother. And it can be extended also. And you can call it an extended family. Then family enterprise. What is this family enterprise, sir? What is this family enterprise? And here the minister explains even hazardous occupation. The minister's amendment, what it says, provided that the central government may, by notification, specify the nature of the non-hazardous work to which an adolescent may be permitted to work under this act. So these are all consequences, sir. What I am trying to say, the family enterprise can be interpreted in many ways, and it can perpetuate caste-based occupations also. It can lead to a situation where the manual scavenger children should continue as manual scavenger, or BD worker children should continue as a BD worker, or an handloom worker's child will have to continue as an handloom worker. This is a very dangerous class, and it is being questioned by many sociologists in this country. What is this family enterprise? And you are forcing the child to be used in family enterprise. How can you justify this? That is why there are serious key issues involved in this bill. It cannot be, should not be passed in haste. And we are passing a bill concerning children, and they are the future of this nation. And we should have their concern for their welfare. So I oppose this bill. I want the minister to reconsider his position and try to understand the concerns and refer it to some select committee. Let us have another scrutiny.
Okay, thank you. Now, Srimati Renuka Chaudhary. Srimati Renuka Chaudhary, now listen, don't talk there.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. You know, it's अजीब कि इतने साल की आज़ादी के बाद हम इस पार्लियामेंट हाउस में खड़े होके हम कह रहे हैं कईयों की उम्र गुजर गई राजनीति में आके एक उम्र गुजर जाती है यहाँ पहुँच के and today we are discussing child labor. To start with, that is an oxymoron. Because child cannot be equated to labor. Child is about childhood, innocence, Bhagwan Roop. We talk about children in these, we equate the term child to this. So where did this aberration, this obscenity called labor get attached to child? When you say child labor, in one stroke you have cancelled the childhood. So you have to actually, I wish Honorable Minister would come to this and say, this is the right to childhood that we are discussing. Because you cannot possibly lay down terms and conditions on work which robs children of their childhood. And when you rob children of their childhood, when the child becomes 18 years of age, many of the people who are sitting in parliament will be going to ask this child the right to vote. Will go and ask their child for the vote after having denied that child any right to their childhood. Sir, how is it that we continue to make amendments and come back to parliaments? And all of us consciously talk about how it affects children, but don't hesitate to just make aberrations possible. Over years, the Congress has struggled to ensure that the child has the right in making the destiny of this nation. It was the vision of Rajiv Gandhi who said, the country is going to get younger, and it is the youth who should have the right to decide their destinies, and empowered them with the right to vote by giving them at the age of 18. And it brought in technology. And today, rightfully, in the world, India is the youngest country. We have the biggest percentage of youth here, which means productivity for the nation. Youth and young people means we educate them, we export intelligence, we man stations and substations in the world internationally. You have Indian citizen, 1 in every 6 citizen of the world is an Indian, which means the youth of this country, the children of this country are not only going to produce and earn for this nation as adults and young adults, but they will also be contributing to global economies, because world over populations are declining and they do not have people to run their show. Countries like Germany have taken people out of retirement, sought physical fitness and re-employed them to execute their own policies because they don't have people. Japan has shown the most alarming negative growth in population in recent times, which means every 1 in 6 citizen is a product of India. Citizen will be working globally, internationally, and for India. So what does India do to invest in that, sir, on this human capital? What is it that we do in parliaments and in assemblies? How sad that the child vote is not a vote bank. So few political parties go out and canvass and say that हम आपके बच्चों के लिए ये सब कुछ देंगे, हमें इसीलिए वोट दीजिए. Child vote is not relevant. We barely got to asking the mother's vote, making a woman's vote relevant in this country. We are not yet vote banks for this great nation of ours. So many years after independence, we still talk, we still bring about child labor amendments to the bills that exist. And then we talk about how great we are. Sir, sadly, we are the biggest, India is the biggest home of child labor. Unfortunately, because of the size of our populations, the percentages add up, and we are seen as the largest number of child laborers in the world. Till recently, we had the excuse where we said poverty and lack of social security, that these are some of the reasons. We actually look for reasons and say that this is the reason why we've had child labor. We justified it sometimes saying that actually allowing children to work as domestic help is giving them food and shelter. Lies. This is a conspiracy that is done silently because this empowers people to deny the child any rightful working hours. They work in extraneous circumstances. They're not given warm clothes to wear during winters in north where they work in homes. They are not given food on time, and they're brutally tortured, as has been exposed by the media repeatedly several times all over where they showed them tortured. Frustrations of people who employ these children are taken out on these poor children. People who employ these children use them as venting boards for their own frustrations and failures in their personal lives. Then, sir, when we talk of industrial policies, we talk of progress and development, we come and thump our chests in Parliament and we talk about the Achhe Din which are coming, which have never been coming so far. But we live in hope. We live with some optimism, praying that sometime that dream or mirage will come true. And we see when we pass industrial policies, we don't implement proper mechanisms. We are so excited about bringing multinationals into our country, that has India ever actually sat down across the table and said that, listen, when you come into my country and you want these assets from us, what is your contribution to the children? Since that is an uncharted territory, you have them, you don't hold them accountable, and this leads to use of child labor. The lack of universal education was something that we all witnessed, where families then said, we can't afford to educate our people, so we will send them out to labor. It was the Congress that visualized this. And we said that, yes, that is a reality check. This is where the truth bites us. We spoke to mothers across the country, and they said, yes, as a mother, I too have a dream. I want my child's life to be better than mine. I see television. Rajiv Gandhi gave us the cell phone technology which brought the world into my palm. I'm able to see my employer's child sitting in America, and I can see their room there and what they're doing. Their photos come in the newspapers, they're big people, great people. I also want that for my child. I don't want my child to be a domestic help, and they aren't. This change we saw when we empowered this nation. And in my own lifetime, I can give you several anecdotes and you can verify them, where a stone breaker and a daily laborer lost his wife, put his children into welfare school, which were set up by the Congress government. These children got educated. The daughter then married a government school headmaster, and her children, one is an engineer, and one tried to get into med school, but it was prohibitively expensive. He got the marks. So, but he's employed today in another job. This is in my lifetime, and these people are available, you can verify, but these are examples far and few in between. We need to address child labor, not in isolation of labor laws, but as a cognitive progress which is integrated with all other sections of so-called development and progress. And unless you do that, pushing children out of school, why does that happen? It's not because of the wonderful food that you're giving them at midday meal. It is when you're allotting special economic zones. It is when you give permissions to build dams and you displace people without thinking. You worry about forest and environment. We'll worry about animal rights. But has anyone addressed what happens to children when they're shifted like that? Do they have access to schools, to childcare centers, to immunization policies? Can they afford to be just moved out like baggage or suitcases or pieces of furniture? That they will be removed, transplanted from the area where they were born and they grow up, and suddenly by the stroke of one pen of the union government, they are displaced. You can electronically tag trees to count, but you don't have identities for your children. That they just moved away, There's no psychological counselor or guidance there. What about my children in conflict areas? Kashmir is burning today. Assam is burning today. Schools are closed. Newspapers are not being printed. We talk about adults and their problems. Have you addressed what happens to children in these situations? The terror, the fear, the insecurity of displacement, seeing their parents horrified and terrified themselves. What do we do to these child minds which are born so pure and fearless? Is this what we do as instruments of change and progress and development? That we throw them out? What happens to children of farmers' suicides? We talk about it here repeatedly. We discuss agrarian conflict and agrarian failures. Has anyone addressed what happens to the children of the farmers who kill themselves? What happens to armed conflict and the high cost of healthcare? Just yesterday we discussed it, or maybe this morning. We talked about hospitals and the huge exploitation that happens. Sir, what happens to children when a family as a unit has to invest in healthcare? The earning member of the family is given the priority. Next, the male child of the family is invested in. The girl child is a dispensable commodity. She can be denied health care and she can die. The most poignant, heart-rending news that all of us read recently is two parents, a parent who took his child who has a rare kidney disease and they can't afford the transplant. So they actually went to court and pleaded that they should have the right to kill the child because the child is going to die anyway because it's denied medical aid. They cannot afford it. What happens to those children? That the tragedy of our times is, sir, we pay so much lip service here. We address the media and we talk about so much. But somewhere there is an erosion of values in us as human beings that we allow this to happen. Now, a lot of my honorable colleagues have quoted statistics. But, sir, there is absolutely no figure where we can actually see what bonded labor figures are. Nobody knows what bonded labor figures are.
Renuka
What
ji,
is bonded labor?
you are very relevant, but there is one more speaker. So try
Oh,
to.
sir, I have the time.
One
I
more
think.
speaker, yeah.
There's enough time.
One more speaker, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
She took 30 minutes, only 12 minutes remaining.
Kya karu?
That's-
Anyway,
Try to conclude in 5 minutes.
it is a form of slavery, sir. Children who are bonded and in debt because their parents have taken money are then traded. So, sir,
Suspended.
now I want to quote a few examples of what is happening today in our society. Chhattisgarh and Jharkhand are glaring examples of violations of child rights. Meena Khalko was raped and then she was accused of being a Naxalite and then she was shot and killed by the forces, and then the father to date sits and says, my daughter was not a Naxalite. So she becomes a double victim. She's raped and then she's shot dead and she's allowed. This system is allowed in 2016, in the era of telecommunication, in the era of transparency and the right to information. Nothing protects children and women. That is the tragedy of our times. Did you know the Jallianwala Kand that happened in Kankar district in Chhattisgarh? There is a Adivasi Balika Ashram. Sir, about 40 children were repeatedly raped for a period of 2 years, many of which got pregnant and died. What has happened in that case? Nothing, sir. It did not even make national news. It's not important. They're children. They are the aborted fetuses which you see, which dogs drag away and eat. They're abandoned babies who you recover from municipal waste bins. And these are for the sexual indulgence of ugly people. But it's okay. It's accepted. These are the Achhe Din's definition that we will keep seeing repeatedly, sir. The Supreme Court, aren't we all collectively ashamed and embarrassed a bit? That the Supreme Court takes cognizance and passes strictures, and Parliament does not debate this. It is Supreme Court that took cognizance and passed strictures against this. Why, sir? 11,000. How many? 11,000 women and children have vanished. They are out of India. They have disappeared. How did he couldn't pull this act off, sir? But the governments have done it. We are wiped out in the census. Nowhere there is no identity of these people, women and children who have disappeared. Please, मैं yield नहीं कर रही हूँ. आप बैठेगा जरा सबर से, बाद में बोलिएगा. Sir,
What happened?
what happens in states? In states, sir, I'm sorry to say this, but these are statistics like Rajaji said. Firecrackers, pyrotechnics, diamond industry, all these places where children are used. Mind, I have not yielded and this will not go on record. आप बैठ जाइए. मैं आपको समय नहीं दे रही हूँ. Sir, I will take double the time if this man
She is not yielding.
I am on the.
She is not yielding.
I am not yielding.
She is not yielding.
बाद में बोलिए. जाके
Point of
टीवी
order.
पे बोलिए.
Okay, okay.
कहना चाह रहे हो.
Now, Renuka ji, he is on a point of order. Let me
No,
listen.
no, no, sir, I am not yielding. There's
No, point of order you
on
have to.
this.
Point of order you have to. Point of order you have to. Please. Yes. Tell me, what is the point of order? Point of order you have to.
बस सोच चली जाती है.
Yeah.
नहीं हो रहे ना.
मैं
What is the point of order?
मेरा पॉइंट ऑफ ऑर्डर ये है उपसभापति जी, मैं पहली बार एक तो आया हूँ और पहली बार बोल रहा हूँ, लेकिन मुझे बर्दाश्त नहीं हो रहा.
No, point of order बोलना है.
इसलिए मैं बोल रहा हूँ.
Point of order बताओ.
मेरा व्यवस्था का प्रश्न ये है
हाँ.
कि आप बालक श्रम प्रतिषेध और विधिनियम संशोधन विधेयक पर चर्चा कर रहे हैं और न कि हम जनरल चर्चा कर रहे हैं. ये मेरा व्यवस्था का प्रश्न है.
आप
इसलिए
आप जनरल
All right.
दे रहे हैं. बैठ जाइए.
Okay.
फिर आप
No.
उपसभापति
See,
जी,
no.
जनरल चर्चा के तहत छत्तीसगढ़ के बारे में जो जिक्र किया
Okay,
गया.
okay. Sit down.
जी,
Yeah, sit down. Bite. There is no point of order in that. Please.
Sir, bangle making, firecracker factories, Tamil Nadu, hotels, dishwashing, they use these children for dishwashing, national highway dhabas, Ministry of National Highway should be involved, and, runaway children, what happens to these? Who you find in railway stations, bus stations, children who leave from home, people who use children as couriers for distributing drugs, because juvenile law says that they will get a softer sentence. What happens to the terrorists who use children to pass weapons and to keep them running in conflict area zones? The law doesn't spell out, this bill doesn't spell out anything like that, sir. And now I want to ask what Mr. Raja said is right. What do you mean by family? What is family enterprise? So family enterprise can be sexual exploitation. It is the chacha or the mama from the village who brings these young girls saying he will get them a job and sells them to sexual trafficking. What is family and what is definition of family? What is definition of family in today's society? Huh?
No,
It's
please.
by relatives. There are enough research, enough reports which reflect that the girls who've gone in, sir, please, I was Minister of Women and Child. I know how many raids we conducted and how many children sat in terror and told us they came to the city because they trusted their uncle. This shabd uncle bada ganda cheez hai. इतिहास के पहचान वही हुआ है तो वहां से लेकर आज तक this uncle and who come and the aunties who come are quite dangerous. There is no definition of this. How do you propose to identify or certify family enterprise? Where does this come? How does it begin? And sir, I'm also shocked and I want a clarification on this through you, sir. Hazardous activities, as I have come to learn, that the government has slashed hazardous activities from 83 activities to 3. 83 to 3. To 18. 18 to 3. I'm sorry, I stand correct. No, 83 to 3 I've got. Well, whatever the figure. So how are you redefining hazardous occupations? Sir, yes. If you want to make human capital out of these children and you believe that you can do it, I'm sorry, sir, I have strong reservations regarding this, and unless this porosity in this bill is plugged,
Now you conclude.
then you do not have, then you are not being able to actually address the real issue.
Okay,
and
now
this becomes
conclude,
finished.
please.
I am concluding, sir. I am concluding. The list of hazardous occupations have been made over years of process of understanding and eliminating. Now, overnight you are suddenly authorized and you people can come and strike it down and say, acha, only 3 or 4 are relevant, baki sab kachra hai. This is absurd. You can't do that. And we have also learned that distant relatives are the traffickers and the employers and the abusers of child labor. What has happened to NCPCR? National Commission on the Protection of Child Rights. This was something the Congress party brought in, and we established this protection of child rights so that a child, irrespective of what environment, had the accessibility, the affordability and the availability of protection under the NCPCR.
All right, all
and
right.
that is not even mentioned.
Yes.
So what are the monitoring agencies in
Yes,
the
conclude,
districts
please.
that will actually see? Would the government, I am concluding, sir, would the government please consider that you will give identity cards? Children below 14 should all be in schools. Your Anganwadis, your midday meal schemes, your child right panels who are supposed to be employed and appointed in the districts, they should ensure that the children are in schools. Give them ID cards so that the child from 6 years to 14 years has an RT card so that they can be identified. They cannot be trafficked, they cannot be sent to labor. And then
All
you
right.
have to see that after that, between 14 and 18, they should be given skill development.
Okay, thank
Not
you.
remove the skills that the country has and then talk about skill development. You've got to also discriminate between heritage skills which some children learn, whether it's gold making or whatever, heritage skills which should be nurtured for children after the age of 14. They should be taught to the skills so that they don't lose what they have in their families over centuries, and you teach them how to
Okay.
make Rexine bags or jute
All right.
bags. Thank you very
Thank you
much
very
for
much.
a patient hearing, sir.
Okay.
Jai Hind.